How much will be on me to lead the team? It's something like it was last year. It don't change.
Everybody else beats around the bush. I'm not going to beat around the bush. The Clippers got it wrong. The Clippers extended the wrong guy. And, I have a myriad of reasons to feel the way that I feel. But you can just look at the numbers. Kawhi Leonard hasn't been more available for the Los Angeles Clippers than Paul George. He hasn't been. They often say the best ability is availability. Kawhi Leonard hasn't been that. Now, I understand he tore his ACL. I get that. But let's just talk about the fact that he has not lived up to the expectations that the Clippers had when they signed him. When Kawhi Leonard first came to the Los Angeles Clippers, people must forget the hype, the media hype that was surrounding him. It was a free agency that was covered quite like no other. Other media people, we're quick to point out the shortcomings of other players such as LeBron James, but we don't want to talk about other players who are probably a little more quiet in the media front. Guys like Kawhi Leonard. You know why they're quiet in the media front? Not only because they don't really talk, but because they're not available. Kawhi Leonard posts a record with the Los Angeles Clippers of 500 in the playoffs. They haven't done much. Haven't made it to an NBA championship. Remember, the PG acquisition was made for Kawhi Leonard. It was the one caveat, the one needle mover it took to get Kawhi Leonard to sign with the Los Angeles Clippers. They were painting him as if he was the new king of LA. Oh, yeah, I remember all that. I remember the commercials, the New Balance. I got now. I'm the new king of LA. I'm back home. He was supposed to be the new regime that was supposed to come in and push LeBron and AD to the brink. And it looked like that for the first year, like they might have their number. But years go by, 4 years to be exact, falling short. Being a great team in the regular season, then falling short in the playoffs. No one else wants to say it. I think Kawhi Leonard, when we look back at it, I think this was one of the worst moves he could have made, leaving the Toronto Raptors, going to the Los Angeles Clippers. And in the grand scheme of things, it looked like it was going to be a good move. It was Kawhi Leonard returning home. But to me, I often felt like the Raptors gave him everything he needed. It was a low-key team. It was a country that embraced him like he was one of their own. They won a championship. They wanted to keep him there. The fans came out in droves to keep him there. I mean, the media coverage that was given to Kawhi Leonard's free agency was insane. His plane is going back from Canada, going to LA. I mean, it was real deep stuff. And this is a Raptors team that was willing to put out all the stops to keep a Kawhi Leonard. And the reason why I'm hitting so hard on Kawhi Leonard, because he was who this whole entire Clipper thing was built around. Don't let it fool you. Throughout this whole process, other people have worn the blame. Guys like Doc Rivers, who also deserves blame. We've seen people like Pat Beverly, right? Montrezl Harrell, Paul George, Russell Westbrook, James Harden. We see so many people wear the blame. Ty Lue. When is Kawhi Leonard going to get the blame? When is the former NBA champion who they brought in to build this whole thing around, Steve Ballmer, those guys built this whole thing around, when is he going to get the blame? Clippers signed the wrong guy. Because for all it being the best ability is availability, you signed that guy to a 3-year new extension for $152 million. You choose that guy over Paul George, who you made haggle for his money. Paul George might leave stuff to be desired, but Paul George was available for your team, and he showed up and he performed. What's the excuse going to be now? They talk about how much help LeBron has, or how much help other players might have. Look at the players he's played with. Russell Westbrook, future Hall of Famer. James Harden, future Hall of Famer. Paul George, future Hall of Famer. Kawhi Leonard in himself, probably a future Hall of Famer. He's been paired up with some great guys, a good bench, Norman Powell, right? We're going to act like they didn't do right by Kawhi Leonard. They didn't try to make him the guy in LA. They did everything in their power, but everybody is hush. And why am I talking about this now? I've waited 4 years. I waited 4 years to finally talk about it because I had a feeling it was going to fall short. But this guy pulls out. The Clippers apparently had concern over his knee. He withdrew from Team USA. If you have concern about the guy's knee, why would you sign that guy to a new contract extension? Somebody help me make it make sense because the math ain't mathin'. You chose that guy, Kawhi Leonard, to be your franchise piece, not once, but twice. And this time is even more egregious because you chose him over a guy that actually showed, hey, I could be the guy. What's the excuse going to be then? What's the excuse going to be now? I'm starting to look at the Clippers ownership, Clippers management group and say, hey, you guys might be inept. Because to me, I think they got it wrong. You got a guy in Paul George who was willing to remain a Clipper, who was available, who played his heart out. And you chose the guy that could barely, suit up, who like literally can't play back-to-backs because his knees won't allow it. You chose that guy. Why? Because he's from LA. Here it is. You have a new stadium, a newly minted stadium because you're leaving Crypto Arena and you're trying to sell your fan base on what? It feels like it's so long ago, but it really wasn't that long ago when everybody was talking about the Clippers as the new kids on the block. But nobody's holding Kawhi Leonard, Steve Ballmer, the Clippers organization accountable for the abysmal dismantling of this team. I feel for Clippers Nation. I feel for Clippers Nation. They should want more. And I know they want more. I see the comments on Twitter. I see how pissed and how angry they are. I don't understand why you chose a guy, Kawhi Leonard, who's probably much closer to retirement than he actually is being available consistently for you guys over Paul George. Let me know down in the comment section what you guys think. But the fall of the Clippers didn't have to happen. To me, I blame inept leadership. I blame people who let their ego get in the way, who were hell-bent on saying we need this to work, and they blamed everybody but themselves and the guy that they made their franchise core player in Kawhi Leonard. They found everybody to blame. They threw everybody it was under the bus. And to me, that's the sign of a failing organization, and that's why the Clippers haven't done anything. But let me know down in the comment section what you think of the Los Angeles Clippers and what their future is if they have one. If you like more video content like this, give this video a like, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and turn on post notifications so you guys don't miss when we go live or upload content.